From Goodyear Heights to the Outer Rim.
We would be honored if you would join us.
All right, guys, welcome to the first inaugural episode of Bearded and Crunchy. It's a Star Wars episode. I'm Eric,
And I'm Bob.
and I'm going to do a quick 15-second recap. We actually pre-recorded this, and unfortunately we had some audio issues, so we're re-recording it. But before that episode, Bob had come up with a very good idea of how we should start this, and it was how we became exposed to Star Wars, and I'm gonna let him lead it because his is actually way more interesting than mine. But yeah. So yeah, what got you into Star Wars, Bob?
Surprisingly enough, my dad. Dad is a big fan of Star Wars. He was also a Trekkie too, which normally they don't,
Yeah, typically they don't like each
Yeah.
other.
But he likes both. He's one of the rare ones. And I remember watching it, I don't know, probably 5 years old, 6 years old on old VHS. Because, we're at that age and we're from that time.
Yes, kids, we were born in the 1900s. Yeah, for me, I wish it was a little. We did have the VHSs. My dad was. We would have cable every other year because we couldn't afford it sometimes. But when we would get it back then, they used to give you free movie channel weekends every few months, and my dad would just get a bunch of blank VHSs and record a bunch of movies. But I originally watched them then, but it actually, in my teenage years, me and my best friend, one of my best friends, Jermaine, we actually rented them and did a little marathon of the original trilogy. And this was 97, 98.
Oh, wow.
But I honestly didn't really get into them until the announcement of the prequels, and then I really started diving in, and then I went and seen all three of those in the theaters, and that's really when my actual quote unquote fandom started. And it wasn't that I disliked them; I just I had the toys and stuff, but I had only watched them here and there as a kid. But now I would absolutely say it's an obsession. But yeah, so what we're gonna get to first is what obviously probably most people would like to hear about, and we are gonna rank only the canonical movies that have to do with the actual Skywalker saga, which is including Rogue One and Solo and all 9 of the Skywalker saga, and yeah, so we again. As diehard fans, we also have, I would say, probably not the general ranking of these movies, but I will start us off, and I gotta go with Rogue One. I know a lot of people. Some people don't even really consider that. They like to just keep it with the Skywalker saga. But I got to be honest, it's well written. It fits perfectly in between the stories. And it's nice that the only real, big character from the saga is Darth Vader, and that's not to the end. It's all a bunch of new characters. I mean, there's Bail Organa. I mean, there's names mentioned, and there's people that are in it, but not really that big. And just for me, I don't know. It just, every time I watch it, I get that Star Wars feeling. Like, it just feels so Star Wars. Like, there are parts of the Skywalker saga that I like, and it fits the story. But this really made me go, holy shit, this is a great movie.
That's a great movie.
Yeah.
I would agree with you, but I put episode 3 on there as my number 1. And it's tough for me because it is, that and Rogue One are
interchangeable.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I can say the same, but I didn't want to say that and spoil his number 1. But the same goes for me because we'll see what my second is here in a minute. But yeah, you couldn't go wrong with that.
No.
I've actually recently I found out how bad of a parent I was. My son loves Star Wars, but he had just seen clips and stuff like he watches YouTube and but he had never actually like watched the movies through and through. So we've actually started watching them canonically
Oh, awesome.
And chronologically, and we just finished. Yesterday we just finished Revenge of the Sith, and that's his favorite as well. And I asked him why, and he goes, "There's just so much happening." I said, "I know," and that's what makes it so good. So your choices, I mean, you can't go wrong. I mean, and guys, our lists are our lists. That's why we call them our lists. Like you're gonna have a different one, and I know a lot of people hold the middle three, but the original trilogy to their hearts, and that's okay. And you have your reasons for making, but these are ours, and for that. I'll go into my second quickly. Again, it is Revenge of the Sith. You really, people talk a lot of shit about Hayden Christensen, but he nailed it. I mean, I don't care. So. Like, he really embodied what, like, a real struggle with light and good looked and felt and seemed
great
like.
Job.
And yeah, it's a great movie. And again, like you, it really could go 1A, 1B.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
100%.
For the sake of a ranking order, I go with that too. And so for my 3, I'm going Empire. I know that's usually most people's number 1.
Right. Great movie.
And for absolute great reasons, for whatever. But yeah, I mean it's obviously the best of the original trilogy. It's very good. That's when you really start seeing Luke come to his 100%. Own. And yeah, so yeah, that's my number 3. So what'd you go with?
Mine's different. I went OG New Hope.
Okay.
But again, Empire and New Hope for me, interchangeable.
2A, 2B.
Yep, 100%. I like them both pretty much the same.
And we both follow the same trend because my number 4 is A New Hope, whereas those could be interchangeable as well because you start to see the story. And I thought about this as I was watching it with my son. We seen it in a different light because, we were introduced to this world through Luke in A New Hope.
Right.
And going back and watching and allowing my son to be able to watch them in order and ask the questions that us watching the prequels knew the answers to, but couldn't wait to see.
Right. We already know.
It give you a real, a different look on the movies. And, the original trilogy is, I mean, there's not much more iconic in film. I mean, it really went, it came out of nowhere and just took over the world, thanks to A New Hope. So I can't see many people putting it very low.
No, not at all.
And then we'll go to my 5, and this is where, when I say controversial, this is where I get, because this is really considered a hated movie. And my son actually confirmed my thoughts on it, which was good, and you sort of agree. My 5th is Attack of the Clones. I know it gets a lot of trash as the worst one. I disagree. Because if you go back to fight scenes and the lightsaber battles, and it's actually really good. Yeah, there's some filler parts to the movie, but overall as a movie,
it bridges.
Oh man, I don't know. I dare say if you're a hater of it, I would assume you haven't seen it recently because you don't. But if you go back and watch it, man, it's actually a really. I mean, after watching The Phantom Menace and we got done with Attack of the Clones, I asked my son. I said, "So what do you think?" He goes, "Way better than the first one, more action." I said, "Right." So
that's actually my number 5 too.
Yeah,
I'm in total agreement with you, 100%.
Yep.
I don't see anything wrong with that movie at all.
Right.
So, and it is a good bridge piece to from 1 to 3. I enjoy it. So
I mean, I even remember drinking the Kool-Aid and saying it too, but every time I go back to it, I'm like, why?
Right.
And now we'll go into 6. And again, I know, we've done this before, but I know this is where I really start moving away from people. My 6 is Force Awakens. And I know a lot of people are saying, oh, You got to put the original 3, and we'll get to that later. But I am one of the few people, and my buddy Vonnie, I can already hear him. I like the sequels. I didn't think they were as bad as people said. I think they made some mistakes. They did a little bit too much fan service and in some aspects. But for me, I mean, I loved it. And again, before the last time we recorded this, I had went back and watched all of them in order, all 11, in story order, and I I like the sequels and the Force Awakens. I loved it. So, yeah, that's my number 6, and I'm sure this is where our lists start to differ.
It differs. I got Jedi at number 6.
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, and actually for me, I have Force Awakens number 7 to skip ahead to number 7. So I'm kind of, again, I don't think they're bad movies. I know a lot of people that there's a lot of hate to them, and I don't feel that way.
I again, I mean, you're absolutely allowed to have your opinion,
Sure.
but if you take them at what they are, they're good movies. So yeah. And then when we go into my what are we at? 8 now, right?
You're 7.
7. I went with Last Jedi. A lot of people said when that movie came out, oh, Luke throwing his lightsaber and he's being whiny, and it's like, dude, he was always like that.
Right.
And his fucking father was the same way. So I again, I liked the sequels enough to put it at my number 7. So yeah.
Yeah, good choice.
Yep. And I mean, obviously we know yours, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, was there a specific point in the sequels? Like, was there something about it that made you go, these aren't that bad? Was it the fact that they tried to have their own touch on it, but still kind of follow the Star Wars equation, or you just took it as a good cinema?
I mean, it's a little bit of that, but for me, being older, having watched and grown up with the only original 3, the callbacks with some of the original, characters and those guys coming back it helped me out quite a bit. Seeing Luke older, was a lot of fun to see where they had gone with the character. And, it kind of made me sad when he, kind of
Yeah,
at the end.
I was not, the thing was crazy is we loved Yoda in the originals, but it was crazy because he really wasn't a big force, like in those movies.
No.
Like he was just on Dagobah in his home being exiled. That we found out later was why he was there, but at the time watching it, we didn't know. And it wasn't until books come out and toys and that Yoda got the thing, and then obviously we seen what he again Attack of the Clones showing Yoda's a badass. So yeah, and then if we go into 8 again, I went 1, 2, 3 with the sequels. I got Rise of Skywalker. I do think it's the least best of the 3, but I really liked how they showed finally like an off balance in a Jedi, but didn't turn to the Sith. You know what I'm saying? Because Count Dooku was a Jedi,
Right.
Anakin was a Jedi, and once they felt the power of the dark side, they went to it.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And she was. I mean, we seen the one like she had a badass red lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like I don't think they were as bad as people said. So yeah, my number 8 is Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, good movie. I like that too.
Mhm.
I actually went with Phantom Menace at 8. I don't have a problem with it. I mean, some of it's kind of... It's hard looking back on those movies, and you saw the original 3, and you go, well, this guy's not going to die, because he's in,
And that, again, that was what I was alluding to with one of my comments earlier. I was watching it with my son. He was asking questions, and I'm like, I wish I had that curiosity, but I already know the answer to that.
Yeah. That's the hard part.
Like in Revenge of the Sith, when Sidious is getting him a little bit, Yoda, he asks, he goes, "Does Yoda die?" And I had to tell him, I'm like, use your head, kid. Like,
Right.
I know you haven't watched the movies, but you know enough of the lore. But yeah, I mean that's understandable. Again, I think there would be people though that would put the Phantom Menace lower, such as myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's again, like we said, these are our lists, and um, you know, we like what we get out of it, and that's why I hate gatekeepers, and you see people making their clips on TikTok or their videos, and they're like, oh, you're not a real fan. It's like, you know what you like,
It's all opinion and objection. And...
So I will go into my 9, which is Return of the Jedi. As much as I've seen what the Ewoks did, that entire section could be left out of the movie and it would still be just
right.
as good. It just, I don't know. For me, it just didn't have any oomph to it, like
filler. Basically.
Yeah. Like Empire and A New Hope did, and it's just not one of my favorite movies to watch.
Yeah, that's fair.
I actually would go as far, and I hate to say it, I would call it kind of boring. Oh God, I'm gonna get killed for that. But that's just my opinion. So so what's your 9?
My 9, actually Episode 8,
Last Jedi.
Yeah. Again, good movies, but as far as the whole grand scheme of the picture,
I understand that my opinion about the sequels is very, different than others. So I understand why you would have that there and why most people would. But maybe it hit a different nerve for me.
And honestly, actually, my 9 and 10 are the last 2 in the sequels for me.
Yeah, I'll go 10. Phantom Menace. Good movie.
Could you have skipped the pod racing scene?
The pod racing. Here's the thing, and the only reason I'm gonna say yes is not because I think it was. I actually liked it, and it played a good part to the story because it's how he got freed.
Right.
The problem I have, they're never mentioned again.
Right.
Ever. Jabba's in the next 5 movies. There's no mention of pod racing.
Right.
I think that, and I understand they couldn't go back and add it, but you had sequels. And you had Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, and you never brought it up.
Nope.
The only thing that was brought up is he was a good pilot. Like, they don't even say, hey, how did you become a Jedi? Oh, I was freed in a pod racing. And you know what I mean? Like, they don't even...
Yeah, forgotten.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like that whole... And they made it a point to make it a big part of it because they had to land there. They had to... Mm-hmm. So... The fact that it wasn't, It
was cool because you got to see that
absolutely.
He was...
I thought it was really cool.
He was definitely Force sensitive.
Well, yeah, like they said, like... No human could do it,
right?
But him,
and he did.
And he proved later on that he was a hell of a pilot,
right?
So yeah, and I mean, you alluded to your 10th and the last one, but feel free to give your reasons why and whatnot. But I'm assuming Rise of Skywalker is your 10.
That's my 10. Yeah, it's just it's kind of the wrapping up of it, and again, nothing wrong with it. It's just not my favorite.
Yeah.
Some of it's kind of wonky.
I do feel like they made a mistake in, like, the old times I get it, but like newer times, switching from Abrams to Johnson back to Abrams, because you had Johnson in Last Jedi trying to do it his way, but try to kind of stick to what J.J. Abrams had already done. And then J.J. Abrams had to do the exact same thing, but then tie in his original.
Right.
So I think a lot of things got kind of muddy in that. So that might have been, why it suffered. But again, I understand. And as you guys all have figured out by now, we both have the same one as, I am not, I gotta be honest, I've only watched Solo like all the way through once in my life.
I've watched it twice.
And again, it's not a bad film.
Right.
I just am not sold that guy nailed Han Solo.
I agree.
However, Donald Glover as Lando
Awesome.
is the saving grace in that. And what is it? Woody Harrelson as or not who played Crimson Dawn? I don't know why I said Woody Harrelson. I can't remember now.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But
either.
anyways, which is funny because this is new because I didn't talk about this last time, but I have been watching the Darth Maul series and they mention him.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I have not watched it.
I'm enjoying it.
That's awesome.
I typically watch all the Clone Wars. Rebels was just not for me. I'm sorry, it just did not grab me. Same with the Bad Batch, and I wanted to watch all of them because I don't care what anybody says. Disney does do a good job with trying to put out a decent product
for sure. But
the animated ones just don't grab me. But
I'm not big on the animated ones.
But this one. It's even if you look at the reviews, it's got a 98 in Rotten Tomatoes. It's got a 90% in fan view. I mean, and they said it's more mature and grittier than the other one. Like it's darker. It's much darker.
I would expect nothing less from it being Darth Maul.
Exactly. And for all you guys that don't know, I got my first tattoo when I was 15, and I got a demon. And back in the 90s, ink was way different, so most of the color was gone, and plus. I was 15, so I made a quick decision. I thought I was going to be the shit because I was 15 with a tattoo. And about 2 years ago, I finally got it covered up with the Darth Maul tattoo. So yeah, he's definitely I feel undervalued and underused character. But we'll get into that later. So we got a couple other things we're going to talk about, and I think we'll go into favorite color lightsaber. And I'm going to add to this, again, the benefit of recording once and not being able to use it. Let's talk about a color we would like to see. I will allow Bob, our audio engineer, by the way, he's not just a co-host. Go ahead, tell us what's your favorite color lightsaber? Why?
My favorite color is purple, 100%. Sam Jackson, Mace Windu, badass. I still want to know if the rumor is true on the prop. If it said BMF on it.
Oh God, wouldn't that be legendary?
Yes.
So here's a thing that I have. Because, our phones and computers and everything is listening. I've got a lot of recommendations on videos on YouTube when I watch. And I got one of how they explained the purple kyber crystal.
Interesting.
And apparently, and it makes sense once I say it to you, but apparently Mace Windu, although a Jedi, he was a perfect balance of light and evil.
I could see that.
What color... are the original Jedi lightsabers?
Blue and green.
But blue mainly. Like green, if you think about it, only a couple people actually carry that. Right. Blue is more. And then what's the Sith?
Red.
What does that make?
Purple.
So it makes sense.
That is true.
But yeah, so, how could you go wrong? And as far as we know, he's the only one that carried it. There's lore in the books and stuff that there is one other, but we won't get into that because, you got to really be deep into the lore for that. But for me, anybody that knows me knows I'm going to go red. I mean, red's my favorite color. It has been for most of my life. And it was even more when I found out. So here's something some of you may not know. All you diehard fans will, and I'm kind of hoping Bob don't, but do you know why it's red? It's not actually a red kyber crystal. Did you know that?
Sort of.
So what it is, it's actually a regular color that you can get from a kyber crystal, but they have to go through a very painful and long process of what's called bleeding it. And that in turn turns it red. Which I thought was interesting when I seen that. That's why you see, if you notice when you seen Kylo Ren's, notice his didn't look like a normal lightsaber. It almost looked like it had ridges on it.
Yeah.
That's you have to crack the kyber crystal to get it to bleed. And yeah, so I actually learned that fun fact. Um, but yeah, for me, it's definitely gonna be red. Favorite color, it's just if you watch Rogue One and towards the end you hear the music and you see the smoke and you just see that red lightsaber light up, it just to this day I could watch that scene over and over and get the exact same feeling since the first time I seen it.
100%.
Uh,
Love,
yeah.
love, love.
It's
love.
just yeah.
Yeah.
And then you get smoke and God, it's I get chills thinking about it. All right, next we're gonna go into which might be my favorite because I actually had done a lot of research on this, but best lightsaber duel, and I tried to keep it between Jedi and Sith. Um, there have been other people that have wielded lightsabers that were force sensitive, but we could go into a lot. But I actually watched, it was about an hour video of all lightsaber duels, and I'm talking through the shows, the Obi-Wan shows, the Ahsoka show, like all of it, the Mandalorian. And I forgot. We forgot this. Real quick. We'll double back to that. What color lightsaber would you think would you like to see? I mean, we have seen yellow and black, but black is its kind of own thing with the dark saber,
Right?
And that has its own rules that go with it, and so we'll leave that out. But is there like a color like you might want to see or like think might look cool?
Have they tried white? Really?
There's
Honestly?
one I've seen mentions of typically I think that's what the quote unquote lore behind gray Jedis. I think they carry white lightsabers.
Yeah.
You don't quote me on that. I could be wrong, but there has been one instance of it. But I'm with you on that one. I think white would look really, really cool. I just would wonder what that because like the color of the kyber crystal actually means something,
Right?
Like if you're blue, you're more of a warrior, like and more of like strong with the with battling and your skills. Whereas green is you're wise, you're more strong in the force. Like there's actually things that go behind the color. So I would wonder what white would bring because that would be interesting. Like we don't even know because at the end of Rise of Skywalker, Rey makes her own and it's yellow. So I would wonder what that what that would entail.
Yeah, yellow's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, I really did like the way that looked.
Blue is my favorite color, so I mean it's been done since the beginning.
Yeah,
So it's kind of like, well,
yeah, I mean, it would be hard because like the only really other ones you would have would be like orange,
right?
I mean, you could do shades for sure. You could have a dark green for whatever, or like a teal blue, but I just kind of the main rainbow type colors we really have only not seen white and orange. But back to the best lightsaber duels, and I'm gonna give a couple of examples here just to jog people's memories. But we have all three Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and Darth Maul in Episode 1.
It's a good one.
That was a really, which would I still say not that Qui-Gon had to die, but Maul didn't. I mean, he was handling both of them, and then just Obi-Wan was just able to cut him in half. I mean, Qui-Gon was a better Jedi than Obi-Wan at that point, and I mean he outwitted Qui-Gon. We have Yoda versus Dooku in Attack of the Clones.
It's another good one.
Oh, I love that one, and I'm when we were watching it with my son, I made him pay attention because as Yoda opens up his cape, he uses the Force to push it to one hand, and I love that. Then we have Obi-Wan versus Grievous in Attack of the Clones.
Also another good one.
Yeah.
Damn it.
And that's when Grievous says, "Oh, I have been trained in your Jedi arts." And then, this is, yeah. and Yoda versus Sidious in Revenge of the Sith.
In the Senate.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
it's so good, yeah.
It's one of the best. I mean, they were using the Force, they were moving objects. I mean, it was, yeah, it was good.
It's definitely one of my favorite duels.
Yeah,
I will
it's
give
it's
it,
up there for me too.
super high up there.
Then we have Anakin and Obi-Wan in Revenge of the Sith. You know, when they're over the lava pits
On
and,
Mustafar.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
a very
So good.
long, drawn out, but intense and crazy battle. That had to definitely be one. And then there was three of these, but I only wrote down one. But guys, if you go back and watch the Obi-Wan series,
So good.
you're missing out if you haven't
Right.
watched it, or you didn't finish it, because it is very good. Ewan McGregor should have won some sort of Oscar or something for that, because he married the young Obi-Wan and Alec Guinness's Obi-Wan so well,
Mm-hmm.
where, like, I mean, you could tell he was both characters. It was just so good. But the second one, the three that are in there, the first one between Obi-Wan and Vader. Obi-Wan's just picking up a lightsaber again for the first time. He's just getting reacclimated to the Force.
Right.
He's really getting his ass kicked. And then in the third one, Obi-Wan's back to his power.
Mm-hmm.
But that second one, that second lightsaber duel when they're battling, is when you see Obi-Wan start to realize that he can be that Jedi.
Yeah, he's
again.
reconnecting with.
Yes, the Force is finally fully
100%.
back and open up for him. So, and
That's
then
a good one.
there's another one. I can't remember now because it's been long enough. If it was in that, I don't think it. No, it was in, I think, Rise of Skywalker or Last Jedi, but it's Luke versus Leia. They're training each other.
Yeah.
And that I put that one in there just because I really, really wanted to, like, it was cool to see Leia with a lightsaber.
100%.
I mean, now that we know that she obviously,
And that's where they could have delved more into that.
yes,
With the movies.
yes,
Honestly.
yes,
Instead of here's just, the general.
right. And a fun fact about that, she actually alludes to that. I can't remember the specific scene, but I think it's when Luke's telling her that, like, they're related, but she literally, like, goes, "I've always known. Somehow I've always known."
That was
And
at the
that's
end
when-
of Return of the Jedi.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's when you went, oh, okay, so this whole
Right.
time she knew she could feel shit, but didn't
She
know
was
what the
force-
fuck it
yeah,
was.
Force sensitive and
Yeah.
didn't even know. So what is your best or favorite lightsaber duel? Out of all those that you talked about, where are we at? Because I know what mine is.
Honestly, I actually think in the first recorded one I had a different answer.
Mm-hmm.
But now
It's okay.
thinking about it, I actually think I'm gonna go, because there's, like I said, there's something we forgot. Like, if you guys really want to watch the video, I wish I could put it there for you guys to look. But look it up. It's all lightsaber battles. Ahsoka had some really good ones too.
That was a good series.
That's it. That's where I saw a white lightsaber. I think they show one in Ahsoka. Don't quote me on that, but I think I'm gonna go with the Obi-Wan Vader 2. It's either that or Yoda Sidious.
Okay. Yeah, I think you had Yoda Sidious and
Yeah, I think that was, but like as I'm sitting here and I'm replaying that like I think what gives it the edge for me is the atmosphere and the ambiance of the fight between them in that one. It's dark. You can kind of see their silhouettes, but mainly you just see their lightsabers, other than when they do close-ups. And it's just really, when they do the close-ups, you're just kind of slowly seeing Obi-Wan, like, go, okay, I can still do this.
Right.
But what's yours?
Mine's actually from Kenobi. It's the last fight they had when he cracked Vader's mask, and for me, that was kind of symbolic when it was, Anakin is dead, I am what remains, and it's like, holy shit, that is badass. And it was Hayden on top of it.
Yeah,
was-
I was glad he came back and
Yeah.
filmed those, because there's a lot of good training scenes
Mhm.
between him and Anakin in that
Yes.
show too, that if you guys want to talk about some And you can really see, and it's crazy too because Hayden's older,
Mm-hmm.
so he's better at capturing the, like, you could feel and see the battle between light and dark in
100%.
Anakin in the prequels, and it was very emotional. But when you see him in Obi-Wan, he has a more mature, wiser
Mm-hmm.
battle of the two.
Right.
Like, he wants to win, but he doesn't have the. Because if you remember, like, especially in Revenge of the Sith, anytime he started feeling a type of way, his eyes would start to darken and shit. In this one, it was more, oh shit, I'm being aggressive again. Let me kind of. It was more
Right.
controlled,
Yeah.
and I felt. But that's. I can't. Obi-Wan was such a good series.
I hope they do another season.
Oh,
hope
I
they
don't
do.
know what they're waiting for.
I don't know.
I get Mandalorian and Grogu making a movie.
Can't
you gotta
wait.
make your money on that. Oh, I can't either.
Can't wait. It's been too long since
I
the
can't
last
wait to
season.
see what surprises are going to be.
100%.
In it.
Hopefully it segues into something else too.
And I'm sure there'll be something in the end of it, or some preview or something that'll.
Yeah.
But yeah. But there's so many you could pick because there's so many good ones.
Right.
It's funny. I as much as people praise the original trilogy, I actually think that's the one that has some of the most boring lightsaber battles.
Honestly, well, they didn't.
All of them.
They didn't have the technology that we have now.
Or like martial arts have come a long
Yeah.
way since the 60s and 70s. So
I mean, really, if you think about it, the only real lightsaber duel of any consequence was Luke and Vader at Cloud City.
Yep.
And that was it. Honestly, for me, that was it. Because between
Yeah,
Obi-Wan and Vader in New Hope was shit. I mean, it still proved a point and did its purpose,
Well-
but it was kind of like meh.
the thing that was good with those movies was the use of the Force.
Yeah.
That's where they could really, because of the technology not being able, they were able to do more with it later on and make the fight scenes better because we had CGI and we had, our stunts were getting more crazy and bigger and stuff like that. But yeah, so we'll move on. Still talking Star Wars. Obviously, it's our Star Wars special. Glad you guys decided to listen. Let's go favorite Jedi. There's actually a new one that was added to my list yesterday. Not favorite, but one that could be on the list in the future. But I won't tell names. I'll make all you guys do your homework. You too, Bob. They're not very long. They're only like 21-minute episodes, and there's only like 8 or 10 of them. But who was your favorite Jedi and why?
Believe it or not, mine was always Obi-Wan. I like the whole arc from episode 1 through, the original. And I loved, obviously, I've said it just a couple minutes ago, I loved what they did with the series.
Such a good series.
Ewan McGregor is just awesome. I actually have a buddy that went to Anaheim a couple years ago when they did the Star Wars thing out there and actually met him, said, great guy, just super nice. And I would honestly imagine nothing less from him.
Hello there.
Hello there. But again, it's exactly that, though. It's marrying what Alec Guinness did to what he did.
He did it so
perfect.
well. He is such an underrated actor.
And that's probably what does it for me, is just the fact that he stepped into that so well, and the character was just like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just everything.
Yeah, he did a beautiful job. I'm gonna go with Yoda.
Solid.
There's I said I've been recently watching just random Star Wars videos, and there's been this one guy, his name is actually free plug here for this guy because I think people should watch his videos. His name on YouTube is Order 77.
Interesting.
Yeah, which I thought was neat.
Is he born
I don't know
in 77?
what maybe. I'm assuming. But I like the play on Order 66. But he had one where he was ranking, like, the Darths, and then he ranked Jedis, and
Mm-hmm.
that's where I found out, like, kyber crystals, again, have different meanings, and he would explain those different things. But he was talking about Yoda and how, like, there's a lot of theory. Like, if you really pay attention to both sides of the story in the Skywalker saga, neither side is neither right nor wrong. Palpatine / Sidious wasn't wrong. The Jedi did want control.
Yeah.
It was just the way they wanted to control it was different.
But I was gonna say, doesn't Palpatine even say, it just depends on your point of view?
Well, that's because he said, he goes, but when it's in that, I know exactly what you're talking about because I just walked. It's in that scene when they're in the theater, and then he's starting to try to, like, explain to him, like, hey, I'm the Dark Lord,
Yep.
and yeah, he goes, the Jedi are only good, the Sith are evil, and Palpatine says good and evil are a matter of perspective,
Right.
and he's not wrong.
No.
Like, he's truly not wrong, because, like, there's people that say, eating meat is wrong, killing animals is wrong. But 500 years ago, that's all they could do to survive.
Give me all the tasty burgers.
Exactly. So what is right and wrong? Now, are there things that we all consider, wrong? Like murder. Yes, murder is wrong.
Right.
If somebody comes into your house and robs it and threatens your kids and you kill them, that's still murder. But you were justified.
But it's justified, 100%.
It's self-defense murder, but it's still murder. So it's all a matter of perspective. There's George Carlin and Cat Williams and Matt Rife, and I know a lot of people don't like Matt Rife, but I do. I think his crowd control work is
hilarious,
second to none. They all say, you can make a joke about anything. It's how you structure the joke, and as long as the punchline makes it work.
Yep.
And that's true with good and evil. It's a matter of perspective. Yep. So, Yoda, if we're going on that thought of what Palpatine and Sidious thought, then he's not wrong. But when you looked at it, Mace Windu kind of came across like that to me. Like, he kind of felt like, he kind of wanted a little bit of the control. Whereas I think Yoda more so just didn't want it to fall in the hands of the dark side. Not necessarily they have the control. And Yoda is my favorite because he always knew how to look at both sides of the coin. No matter what side you were on, he made sure you were aware of the other side of it. And I kind of think that's basically what the Jedi are about.
I would agree. And he even kind of, like, he even says this iconic line.
Fear is the path to the dark side.
Yes. And, and that's why, like, me and Ty were talking about it, and he goes, well, Anakin broke it because, he fell in love. I said, no, that's not what he said. That's not what the Jedi say. Attachments is what's wrong. Yep. Love is, they all have love.
Right.
I mean, Obi-Wan says it to him after he goes, I loved you, Anakin. You were my brother.
Yep.
Like, they're allowed to do that, but it's attachment. And going into that, we'll lead that over to favorite Sith. Anybody that knows me that's listening to this, and I hope a lot of my friends do listen to it, they already know the answer to this. You know the answer to this, but we'll let you go first.
I'm going to be as vanilla as it goes, baby. It's going to be Vader.
And if mine wasn't mine,
right,
it would be mine.
For me, it is.
But for you guys that have just watched the movies, maybe a little bit of the shows, there are a lot more. Dooku was a Sith. I think. Lost my train of thought. Anyways, Dooku was, I'm getting old, bearded and crunchy.
Yeah, that's the crunchy part.
Then you have Darth Revan, Darth Plagueis, Darth Nihilus. I mean, there's so many, and they all had a separate part. But yeah, his story is just like none other. So why couldn't you? And we got to see his whole story play out in front of us. I mean, they call it the Skywalker saga for, everybody assumes it's Luke, but if you really think about it,
right,
you know, it's about all of them.
Yeah,
You know,
100%.
so
Starting with Anakin.
obviously, guys. Oh, excuse me.
It's that time of year in Ohio,
Yeah.
baby.
Mine's obviously Darth Maul. He got absolutely shit on in the movies. I still, the only thing I feel like I can hate George Lucas on is the way he treated Darth Maul. Especially after hearing that after he was cut in half and knocked down that shaft, he ended up in a metal um, landfill, and it was literally, geez, excuse me, he was literally survived by his hate and anger.
Yeah.
It was so strong, it kept him alive.
Kept him alive.
And he was built on revenge. And I don't want you guys to think like, oh, you're the evil guy. No, I'm. If anybody knows me, they know I'm as emotional as they come. But it's the fact that we didn't get to see, like, we had to read books and see animated series to see
His story.
and
Yeah.
why he was the way he was. Like, you know, very rarely are people born pieces of shit and assholes and mean. Something always happens.
Mm-hmm.
As scared and as much anger as Anakin had, if he wouldn't have found his mother dead, I don't think he would have turned to the dark
Probably
side.
not. Probably not. No.
So, you know, we can say what we want. Yes, they made their choice, but the different things that happen as we're making our choice that are in our ways are going to affect how we make that choice.
Yeah.
And Palpatine, being the genius that he is, knew that, you know, he could play to Anakin's weakness.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he told him, because he never said, you know, he said, I can help you save Padme, but he never said I can keep her from dying.
Correct.
And, you know, the fact that, you know, fun fact too, people, the first time Anakin uses a chokehold is on his own wife.
That is true.
And, you know, Sidious tells, you know, she goes, where's Padme? And he goes, well, you know, it seems in your anger, you killed her. And that's when we get, no. But that was Palpatine's way of getting out of his own part of the bet.
Right? 100%.
He was like, hey,
sorry.
we could have.
Sorry.
But
you fucked it up.
Right, you killed her, dog. I can't. What you want me to do? What you want me to do?
Right.
Dipshit. But yeah, so, you know, it's yeah, I mean, Darth Maul, you know, I mean, he's, I don't know, it's just something about him. I think I think he got the raw deal. I mean,
I think so too.
He was talented, and we didn't really get to see, you know, what his potential was as far as the saga. And I understand he didn't play a big role in it, but, you know, I don't care. I'm gonna sit on my hill.
Hey, I always liked him too. I thought he was a great bad guy for what
man.
little bit he was in, you know,
And
the movies. And
fun fact, you sent me that meme the other day. I'm gonna bring it up. It's so hilarious. And you guys all know the memes that went around where it was somebody sitting at a table like on a campus and it had a poster on it that said, I think such and such,
Change
argue
my
with
mind.
me, or change my mind. And it was a picture of Darth Maul sitting at it, and it said, if I would have ran him over, the galaxy would have survived. Oh, I was dying.
Right?
For you guys that don't know, there's a part when they're going back to the ship and Anakin is freed where Qui-Gon turns around and says, Anakin, duck. And Darth Maul flies right over him. And yeah, if he'd have hit him with her, it'd have been a whole different story.
Different movie. Different set of movies.
Man.
That would have really fucked up the original.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, now I think we'll just go into we'll just talk about maybe some things we're excited for and maybe things we want to see and things like that. We know Mandalorian and Grogu's coming up the May 21st?
Second.
May 22nd.
22nd.
So there'll be that. I might go to the theater and see it with Ty. I'm not sure. I may wait till it comes to Disney Plus. Um, Again, actually going to see a movie itself is not expensive. You can actually get tickets for $7-8 now. It's just you have to, get a personal loan to go to the concession stand. So, um, and yeah, I don't know what else. I mean, I know there's been rumors that there's a new trilogy being written and put into movie form, but I don't know. We don't have many details on that. Um, but I'm sure there's plenty more shows coming. Um,
Yeah. I
and-
heard stuff that maybe like movie wise, like Old Republic stuff.
yeah,
Which would be
I
interesting
think,
to see some of those Sith and those Jedi.
yeah, I
There's a
mean,
lot they could expand on if they do it
there's,
right.
there's, I mean, yeah, there's absolutely a lot they could touch on. I mean, they really could. There's a lot of time and space, like the time in the Obi-Wan, like the time frame that the Obi-Wan series takes. You could make a show seeing it from um, um, Vader's perspective. Oh,
I,
go
I
ahead.
hope they do a. I hope they do a Vader series. I really do. As long as Hayden's in it, and
Yeah, 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 yeah.
you know, that would make me extremely happy.
Something we didn't touch on. I think a part that should be mentioned about the Obi-Wan series is the girl that they got to play Leia was phenomenal. The little girl.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
oh my god. Um,
The whole series was just really well done. I think,
Absolutely.
and bridging,
Um,
all those character
so
arcs.
we got. Oh yeah. The next movie is Star Wars Starfighter.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's just obviously it's about. I'm looking it up here now. There's some interesting ones coming up. We got Lando after that. That I hope that's better than Solo. But as long as they get Donald Glover to
Yeah.
come back and play it, then I'll watch it.
I'll
If
watch
they
it.
don't, I don't know if this is a movie or a series, but this
As
is
long
what
as
I'm
he's in
thinking.
it,
Yes,
because
yes.
he did service to.
Oh, he nailed it, dude. The fact that he was calling him Han the whole time, fucking had me.
Right.
He made the movie.
Yeah.
And then there's Star Wars: Dawn of the Jedi. That might be good. I
wonder
don't
if
know.
that's
There's like I said, I'm not looking at what it could be. I'm just looking at what this says. I don't even know. Some of these may not be real. But then there's Star Wars New Jedi Order, which that's interesting. I wonder what that could entail.
New Jedi Order.
Yeah.
Is that like?
I'm thinking that's like maybe after like Order 66, and then like it would almost have to be after Rey, I would think.
Do they tie in? Yeah, never mind, because that's in the times.
I don't know.
I loved the video games.
Oh,
Especially,
yeah.
I
Knights of the Old Republic.
well, I just finished
Um,
Jedi Survivor a couple months back, and Survivor was great.
I've only played Fallen Order.
Fallen Order was great,
Fallen Order was good. I
and
need to play
Survivor's
Survivor.
the direct sequel.
I like it because that's where you get to see Darth Revan in.
Mm-hmm. They're so good.
And then next is Star Wars Rogue Squadron.
Okay,
That could be good.
that could be good.
I don't know how that's gonna be different from Starfighter,
I don't know.
but okay.
Maybe.
But again, I don't know if these are shows or movies. There's a couple that say they're movies. The next one is Star Wars: A Droid Story, but it looks like, and I'll show you. We don't have a camera yet, but it's right here. It looks like it's going to be some R2D2 based by
That'd
the
be sweet.
colors on it. And this is the one that really caught my eye, and it's called The Ninth Jedi.
The Ninth Jedi.
And I don't know what that means. I'm gonna have to look that up because now
Yeah, I don't know what that means
I'm
either.
curious. And now we get into some movies, and this just says directors, and it says I'm okay with this first one because he did Thor and some other ones, but Taika Waititi's he's gonna do a Star Wars movie, and he did Ragnarok, which is
Good movie.
by far the best Thor
Yeah.
movie. So. And then we have a Dave Filoni Star Wars movie.
Oh.
And then a Simon Kinberg's Star Wars trilogy.
Interesting.
And then a Dillard and Owens Star Wars project, whatever the hell that is. And then I don't know how I feel about this, but a Ryan Johnson trilogy. And yeah, I don't know. But that's what we got upcoming. So it looks like there's a lot. I mean, there's some other ones on here that I didn't name just because. Andor season 2, which I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why you made a series out of that guy. He was actually one of my least favorite characters in Rogue One. He did change his character arc, and the guy did a good job acting him. I just didn't like the character. And then we have... Oh, there's this one. It's something the Underworld. Not sure.
Don't know.
Tales? I can't. My thing is on it. Yeah, Tales of the Underworld. And that's supposed to come out soon.
I wonder what that is.
I don't know. And then there's Visions 3. I didn't even know there was a 1 or 2. And then Ahsoka season 2.
I can't wait for that. The first season was so good.
I have only watched the first episode in Ahsoka. I need to go back and watch it.
Oh my god, dude, it's so good.
Oh, I know it was. I got off of, I'm a creature of subject matter.
Mm-hmm.
So I get on one subject and I run with it. It's like my video game play. Like I was playing Call of Duty for months. Yeah. And then I played Resident Evil 9, and now all I'm doing is playing Resident Evil games. And now I'll go back and watch it because since we did that Star Wars episode, I was watching them, and now I'm rewatching them again with my son. And I'm watching the new Darth Maul show. That's out there too. If you guys get to, I recommend it. Like I said, I'm 4th season in. It's called Maul Shadow Lord. It's really good. It's more dark, more grittier. It's not as lighthearted as like say a Clone Wars. Yeah. But yeah. So
I'm just excited for Mando.
Yeah, I definitely want to see Mando and Grogu. I'm hoping we see more of the species. Because really all we know is, what is it, Yaddle?
Yaddle and Yoda.
And Yoda.
That's
and Grogu.
Hopefully they do explain more. Maybe we get a name of said species.
I think it's out there. I almost said that too, but I didn't want to piss people off. Yeah. I don't know what a species is either. I thought there was a way to. I mean, in the Senate scene, we see different species of people being represented, and there are his people are in one of them, and then there's Wookiees, and there's ETs were actually. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that, but that's the Spielberg tie-in. Mm-hmm. Him and Spielberg and Lucas had a bromance going for many years.
Besties.
Yep. So, yeah. And, I don't know. We got a lot coming up. It's a very big, they could go so many directions. There's so many characters they could.
Oh, yeah.
I know a lot of people are going to say, but, if they ran out of material,
that'd be hard to do.
Yeah, well, if just say they did at the end of Rise of Skywalker, Finn was going to tell Rey that he was Force sensitive.
Yeah.
And you could kind of tell that because, you could tell he was sensing shit. So it's which would also explain why he didn't want to be a stormtrooper anymore.
Right. I questioned it when I watched him. I was like, this dude's like Force sensitive and doesn't know it. I always had a thought.
I had the thought in Last Jedi, and then when he was doing that shit in Rise of Skywalker, I was like, okay, yeah, this dude's definitely leading on to a little bit more than. And there was another Jedi called Devin that was introduced in the Maul because this is after Order 66 and all of that, and the Jedi are being hunted. And in this series, I won't give spoilers, but he's trying to hunt down all the people that have done him dirty.
Oh.
Like, that's what he's doing. Like, he is built on revenge.
Nice.
Like, so, yeah. Yeah, there's so... at some point, why don't we get a Grogu series?
That'd be cool.
I mean, I'd like to see that. I want to see this kid. I mean,
growing and
Yeah.
learning, and you could drop in Mandalorian once in a blue moon.
that's what I'm saying. You could. There's so many ways you could go with it. Yoda could show the fuck up.
Right? Do you think they tie in Boba Fett in the movie too?
I think they should. I don't know if they will.
I don't know. Yeah, the series.
He's not dead yet.
Yeah, the first season was okay.
Oh, Boba Fett.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
good.
It was okay for me.
But Mando was better,
I
and
agree.
Obi-Wan was better. So
yeah, I agree.
it was not bad.
And I would go.
There wasn't really anything in it to make me go, wow.
Right.
Was my issue. It wasn't bad. I just didn't watch it and go like I did with Obi-Wan.
Yeah. I would say Ahsoka's on that level too. With
I
Obi-Wan.
would agree. Like I said, I watched the first one and her, she was in. I can't remember. Was it Mandalorian or was it?
Yeah, she was in Mandalorian.
It was Mandalorian. I couldn't remember if it was that or the Boba Fett series. But I want to go back and watch Mandalorian too because
It's been a while.
Plus towards the end of that was when Luke showed up, and
Mm-hmm.
I want to see all that shit again because that was.
I will have to refresh before I see the movie.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, like I said, I want to go to the theaters and see it, but we'll see. Ty might end up talking us into it because we're in a Star Wars phase. So, but Mortal Kombat 2 also comes out May 8th, so.
Yeah, that's gonna be sweet.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. The guy that got to play Shao Kahn. Oh, but that's for another episode.
Right.
Yeah. So, I guess on that note, guys, we'll call it quits for our Star Wars special. But thanks for tuning in. This is our first ever podcast. It's a special Star Wars for you guys. Tomorrow's actually. Give you a little insight. Today is May the 3rd. Tomorrow is May the 4th. We were planning on releasing this tomorrow, but again, we had technical difficulties and had to make some adjustments, and we did. So this probably won't be out on May the 4th, but I would say within a.
It may be.
I mean, there's going to be an attempt.
Absolutely.
I'm definitely going to make an attempt.
Well, if my
we are gonna make an
laptop
attempt.
was not a giant piece of dog shit.
Listen, quit, because we wouldn't even have been doing this. If you wouldn't have had that laptop, you wouldn't have bought the mics, you wouldn't have bought the mixer. It doesn't matter. We got it fixed, and we're going, and we're going to make this work. But thank you for listening in. Again, this is Bearded and Crunchy. And we have a joke for you.
And it's going to be dad jokes because I am also a dad. I have 2 teenagers and a little one.
I am as well a father.
They love dad jokes. My daughter always hits me up with ones that make me chuckle. Today I will be doing a wonderful Star Wars themed dad joke. So Eric, what do you call food made by baby Wookiees?
Oh man. You got me.
It's good, but it's a little chewy.
And may the 4th be with you. Hey guys, I just want to take a minute here to talk about mental health awareness. It's something that me and my wonderful co-host Bob also suffer from. I seek therapy. We both have medications, and I just want everybody to know that if you're listening to this and you hear this, that there are people that care. There are other people like you, and don't hold that stuff in. Talk to somebody, let it out, because suicide is never the answer. If you're starting to feel some type of way, you think you're going to hurt yourself, or you don't feel like you have a support group, guys, please call or dial 988. It's the hotline for help. And if you're a veteran, which, mind you, 22 veterans commit suicide a day, guys. I mean, it's just not a good thing. If you're a veteran and you're struggling, please reach out. There are a lot of us that appreciate what you've done for us, and you need to know that there's help for you too. So if you're a veteran, dial or call 988 and press 1, and that helps veterans. And remember, you're not alone.